How to keep momentum in your property business. Hello, my name's Mark Fitzgerald. Great to have you joining me here. So how do you keep momentum in your property business, on your property journey? It can be very, very easy to become disheartened in whatever strategy it is you're trying to achieve. I started by doing and using the rent-to-rent strategy. Done purchase lease options, done HMOs, serviced accommodation. But in the beginning, it was very difficult to get traction. And I see a lot of people out there now in my coaching and my training that have struggled as well. And that is why they are a part of a community. So first and foremost, being a part of a community can really, really help you. But I'm also going to share with you here some of the actions and some of the things that you need to be incorporating into your day-to-day, into your week-to-week, your month-to-month, to find results and opportunities that are out there. There are loads and loads of opportunities out in the market right here, right now. You're just not seeing them, or you're letting them go over your head, okay? It's easily done and there's nothing wrong with that. But we want to change that mindset. We want to make sure that you are getting the results that you need. Now, you'll have all heard the saying, you've got to take massive action. Massive action gets you results. You've got to 10x everything. Hey, to a certain point you do. That is good advice. I don't actually know what massive action is. I just know that you need to be taking some action. And the more action you can take, the more maybe you can say it's massive action. So if you're very, very time poor, so a lot of people when they're getting started in property, or maybe you have got started and you're working and doing this alongside a full-time job, struggle with time. Maybe you've got a family, a demanding family, you've got a demanding job, and you can only commit about, half an hour a day, if that, to property. You can't get up early because the kids are up early because they're that age. You're so tired at the end of the day that you're struggling to actually be able to fit anything in. Well, you've got to manage that, because if you really have no time and you cannot carve yourself out 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day, then you need to take a long, hard look at what you're doing. Obviously, if you're in a relationship, you need to get your partner on board, okay? You need to be able to say to them, for us to have a better future, for us to be able to build this property business, I need you to give me, 30 minutes, an hour a day if you can. And it doesn't have to be every day, all right? I'm not saying to you, you've got to do that 7 days a week. You haven't. As little as 3 hours a week can get you amazing results, as long as you know exactly what it is that you need to be doing and when you need to be doing it. And I'm going to go through that with you here, because you need to try, I think, for momentum to do something each and every day. Now, maybe, and I'm really going to use that you haven't got any time, that you really are time poor and you've got basically about 3 hours. Maybe you've got a weekend, you can fit a few hours in here or there, lunch breaks, but you've got to start looking at things. Can you get up a bit earlier? A lot of people say, I'm not a morning person. Make yourself a morning person. Grow the discipline to be able to build that discipline in, if that makes sense to you. You've got to push yourself out of your comfort zones. Nothing in life is going to fall in your lap and come to you easily, okay? No property deals, no nothing. It's going to come and just land in your lap. You have to force yourself to make the time. Okay, and if you can do that, you will reap the rewards, but you have to be consistent and persistent in doing so. Even just saying to yourself that I'm going to have a few hours to be able to build my property business, and I'm going to make sure, if nothing else as well, each and every day I can read 10 pages of a book that I can learn from. If it's a property related book, maybe it's a mindset book, maybe it's time management book, but something like that I'm going to read each and every day as well, to keep the momentum going, to keep myself moving forward. But you need to have a plan. The old sat-nav thingy-majiggy. If you don't have a destination, your sat-nav is useless, absolutely useless to you. It's exactly the same in anything that you want to achieve. If you want to get fit and lose weight, you have to have a plan. You have to know what you're going to be eating. You cannot get to the end of the day and think, oh, I'm not really in the mood to cook anything now. I don't know what I'm supposed to be eating. And that's when you fall off the wagon. You order some rubbish because it's quick and easy. Pizzas are quick and easy. You can do one in 10 minutes, can't you? All of a sudden you're in trouble and you're like, it don't matter, I'll make up for it tomorrow. It doesn't. It starts to spiral. So you need to have a plan. I always say have a 90-day plan. If you haven't read the book, The 12-Week Year, read it. this will really, really help you and give you an idea. And I always say to everybody, I have a 90-day plan spreadsheet that I use myself, that I go through, ask myself certain questions to help myself. And I built it for myself. And if you're interested in that, then feel free to reach out to me and I'll send you a copy of it. Okay? No strings attached, won't cost you a bean, because I like to try and help people. And of course, we have free tools and resources on the Property Unleashed website as well. Ebooks to help you on rent to rent, serviced accommodation, HMOs. We have deal analyzing spreadsheets. We have masterclasses. And of course, we do have our training products as well. That's on thepropertyunleashed.com. So check that out. Feel free again to reach out to me on Facebook and on Instagram as well. And I'm more than happy to reach out back and follow you back and everything and connect with you. But make sure that you have a plan. Like I say, if you do want mine, just email us at hello@thepropertyunleashed.com. hello@thepropertyunleashed.com. Ask for it, say you've seen it in this video, and we'll send you a copy of it completely free, and you can work your way through it. But put a plan together, okay? The next 90 days. So 90 days is basically about 3 months. So you're going to work out in 3 months where it is you want to get to. Where do you want to get to? If you're just starting out, you're going to want to have set yourself up. You're going to have to take some time to learn the strategy that you're doing, whether you're listening to podcasts, audiobooks, you're watching YouTube channels, or you're just reading physical books. You need to make sure that you've put that down. Today I'm going to read 10 pages or I'm going to read a chapter, depending on how quick you are at reading. I'm not very quick at reading, so 10 pages to me can take a while. But I like to not just read, I like to consume it. Or so to say, not just consume it, I like to take it in. I like to get the knowledge, okay? So I do read some chapters. Again, I'll read them and I'll think, do you know what? I've taken a lot from that. I'll read it again. Why? Because I'm going to read it with new eyes. When you read something for the first time and you have that aha moment, normally we just carry on and we've lost that aha moment. What I'm saying to you now is, if you get that aha moment, go and read it again, because it could be another one in there that you just didn't see. Why? Because you're not looking at it now in the same eyes and the same mindset that you did the first time. Now you can see things with new eyes, if you like, and in new ways. And of course, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So if you do not start incorporating new things into your world, into your life, then you are just going to spin your wheels and you are going to go around in circles. And nobody wants that, do they? So there's a few things now that I'm going to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself these, maybe on a weekly basis. If you really do want to build a business, a property business or any other business for that matter, or you just want to get fit, healthy, you want to have a better marriage, you want to have a better life, you have to ask yourself, first and foremost, what it is that you want. Okay, you need to know what it is that you're looking for. What is your destination? And if it seems massive, I want to have 10 properties, I want to be financially free, I don't want to work anymore, but I'm stuck in a rat race at the moment, I have no money to my name, and everything, and that whole vision of yours seems a mile away. It seems, it's too far. It's too far for me to get to. Break it down. What do you need right here, right now? First things first. I do this with my one-to-one clients. What do you need right here, right now? I can see your aspirations and I love it. I can see what you want to achieve. I can see where you want to get to. But right here, right now, what do you need to start? Well, first, maybe I need the knowledge. Well, we can help you with the knowledge, okay? We've got training and we've got coaching and we've got everything like that, as so does other people. But we can help you with the knowledge. What do you need? I want more time freedom. I want to get out of my job. So you need cash. You need cash flow. You need money to be coming into you each and every month from a service maybe that you're providing. That's where rent to rent can be absolutely amazing at that. And of course, you can do management. You can do all sorts. But make sure whatever it is you're going to do, that you know exactly how to do it. But of course, you could say to yourself, okay, I need cash flow. And that's what I say. I say, okay, brilliant. How much do you need? Well, I need about $2,000 a month. Now, depending on where you live, you might say, I don't get out of bed for less than $5,000 a month. Fair enough. Maybe that's your target. But most people's targets are around £2,000 to £3,000 a month. So I always say that's brilliant. If you said to me, I need £2,000 profit, cash, to pay my living expenses, because, you know, I've got a cheap living expenses. Great. I would say, well, we need 3. You need 3,000 coming in just in case, okay? So that's your target. We're going to target £3,000. Now, if you need £3,000, target 4,000. Always target about £1,000 more than you actually think you need. Why? Well, One is we always want to make sure our targets are a bit bigger. So you could say 5,000, but then you might not leave your job until then and that's up to you. But always have a buffer, is what I'm trying to say here. So maybe you're going to do serviced accommodation or you're going to do HMOs. Something might happen. You might have some voids. You might have some expenses that you're not sure about or just surprise you. If you're over the odds by £1,000 each month anyway, and you don't live to that level, and that's the mistake that I see a lot of people. I need £2,000. So they go out there and they earn £3,000 and then they start living to £3,000. Something goes wrong and they run out of money very quickly. Stupid. Always have a contingency, always have a buffer. If you need 2,000, get 3,000. If you need 3,000, get 4,000, and so on and so on. At the end of the day, it's all your money. Just let that pot build up so that if, for whatever reason, you have a bad month and you think to yourself, I can't pay my mortgage now, I can't pay this, can't pay that, doesn't matter, you've got some buffer. Why? Because you've watched this video and you've listened and you've taken action on that. So make sure, first and foremost, you know exactly what it is that you want. Secondly, ask yourself, how badly do you want it? Do you want what you want just because you think that's what you should want? That's a pretty intense question. But what that actually means is, are you chasing down the future that you want, or are you chasing down the future that you think everybody else thinks you should want? I used to chase a future that I thought everybody else would think that I want. I wanted the wealth, I wanted the mansions, I wanted the fancy cars, I wanted the millions and millions of pounds because I believed that would make me happy. What actually makes me happy is being around my family, it's being around my wife, it's having weekends away with her, it's also being around my kids and being around my friends and people that I love. So they are realistically what make me happy in life. It's not money, it's not material items. They're fun, don't get me wrong, they are fun, but they're not the be all and end all. I'm not going to sit on my deathbed and say, oh, I wish I'd had another car, or I wish I'd had a bigger house, or I'm going to get there and say, I wish I had more time with people. So really break it down as to what you want. I want this money to get me out of my job. Why? For what reason? Mine was to have more time to be able to spend with my kids because I was missing them growing up. I couldn't go to sports days. I couldn't go and watch their plays. I couldn't take them to and from school. If they were ill, I couldn't be there for them. I missed so much of my children growing up that I regret that I never started this sooner. I don't want that for everybody else. So what is it? And I'll tell you what, if you can actually work out what you want in life and put it above money, money's just a byproduct anyway, and give it a deeper meaning. So what do I mean by a deeper meaning? So for me, when I took voluntary redundancy, which is pretty much like quitting my job, to start a property business, I didn't do it for the money. I did it for the time I could never get back with my loved ones. So I was willing to give it everything I had. Why? Because it wasn't just about money. It was about being around the people that I love. And I didn't want to let them down. I wanted to show my two sons that if you put yourself out there and you go for it, you can achieve anything that you want to achieve, okay? The worst case scenario is I would have had to go and get a part-time job or something, but I was willing to. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there, quit your job now and do all of that. What I'm saying to you is break down what it is you want and why you want it, and try not to make it a financial reward. Financial rewards will come. You know what? I was happiest when I actually replaced my corporate wage, which we managed to do in 6 months. I managed to replace my corporate wage in 6 months. And that was the best feeling I've ever had with money. Okay, since then I've earned loads more money and it's never felt the same. I've always said when I hit certain targets, 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand a month, I'd have certain targets, I'd be over the moon, I'd be so much more happy. I'm not. It doesn't really mean anything to me. The time does. So make sure, and I've emphasized this, and that's why I've stuck on this a bit longer, that you know what it is that you really, really need. And feel free to reach out to me and let me know as well. Once you know what it is, it's something I work on with all of my one-to-one clients and coaching clients. And this is something that we go through in the training as well, which is really getting down. Why? Because when times are hard, and mark my words, times will be hard. Things won't go all your way all the time. Deals will fall through and will be annoying. You will be able to keep going. Why? Because you'll be driven by what you want, what you really, really want. And that's why people quit, because they realize that it's hard work and it's not actually what they really, really want. And that's when people stop doing things, because they have got into it for the wrong reasons, okay? Are you willing, again, ask yourself this, are you willing to do more than the next person. To put 100% in, 110%, 120%, work harder than the other people in your area, maybe your competition or anything like that. Are you willing to go above and beyond to make it happen? If you're struggling for time and you are married and maybe you've got kids and things, you've got to sit your family down. I did this. Sit the family down and say to them, listen, over the next 12 months, we're going to be building a property business. If I have to go and do a meeting or I have to go and do this, I do not want you guys to make me feel guilty for missing things. I'm going to sacrifice a bit this year so that we gain more the rest of our lives. And that's what I did. Now, my wife actually, after the 12 months, did remind me, remember, you've still got a family here, because I was so engrossed in keeping going, that I didn't even answer her when she told me that, because she was right. Well, she normally is, but she was right. And I decided then that it was not going to take over my life. I still have a very good life. I still work very, very hard because I love it. But equally, I love the time I can spend with the people around me as well. So, are you willing to do more than somebody else, and also talk to the people around you to help you and support you? Because you'll only fail if you stop. If you start something, whether it takes you 1 month, 12 months, 2 years, if you stop, you fail. If you keep going because you know what it is you want to be doing, you will succeed and you will get there. And it's all you have to do realistically to live the life that you desire. Baby steps, massive action's great. So I would say, if you can do a couple of hours a day, you're taking massive action. But baby steps, maybe 30 minutes a day, can be so powerful, because there's a compound effect that the work that you're doing is getting you there. It took me 4 months to get my first rent-to-rent deal. 4 months of trying everything, of pushing, of trying to get the results that I wanted to get. And did I feel in that time that I was making headway, that I was getting somewhere? No, I didn't. Why? Because back then I never reviewed what I did. You build a 90-day plan, but you make sure that you review at least monthly. If nothing else, at the end of the week, just have a quick review. What have you done this week? What haven't you done? Why haven't you done what you said you were going to do? But equally to that, go back and look at what you have done. Pat yourself on the back, and don't give yourself a hard time if you haven't done something because life got in the way. If you've actually hasn't done something because you procrastinated, then you want to be kicking yourself up the backside to get out there. Because as I say, the compound effect of doing this time and time again will reap rewards, and most people give up just when they're about to get the rewards. So don't let that be you. And as I say, you only fail when you stop. So make sure that you know what it is that you want and why you need that now. Make sure you have a 90-day plan. If you need one, reach out to us. hello@thepropertyunleashed.com or visit thepropertyunleashed.com for the free tools and resources there. Make sure that you have a 90-day plan, that you've broken it down, and that you start taking action on it. And the Rent-to-Rent Business Builder training program that I provide, I actually give people my 90-day plan that I had when I started out, so they can just follow the footsteps that I did, as well as, of course, all the training, scripts, guides, and everything like that as well, and training videos and coaching calls. But anyway, just to help them get there, this is a 90-day guide. This won't have anything on it, but you can use it and it'll ask you prompting questions so that you can get the maximum results that you need. Again, I hope this has helped you. If it has, or maybe you think to yourself, you know what, this could help a friend of mine, then please feel free to share it on social media. Tag me in it if you do, because I'll show you some love. That's what it's all about. What goes around comes around in life. And it's all about making sure that you get out there, that you achieve the results that you want. You can do this, but again, know what it is you're doing, build your 90-day plan, and make sure that you are willing to take that action consistently and persistently to get the results that you desire. I hope this video or this podcast episode, depending on how you are taking this in, has helped you. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. And I hope that you join me in the next episode or video. You can probably tap on the next episode or video right here, right now. We do have a good back catalogue of learnings to help you succeed in whatever it is you're trying to do. You take care, and bye for now.